as you can see, though, I got these Bengals up here, so I know you had a little gripe or you had some concerns with Lamar Jackson.
Man, why are
What's
they
going on
doing
with you
him
with
like
Lamar? Because
this?
I
Why are
gotta get.
they?
I'm bittersweet with it. Like there's some things I'm happy with, and then there's some things I'm like, that's fucked up. So like, let's get into Lamar.
Why? Like, why are they doing this to this man? Like, why are they disrespecting him like he's not like an MVP and not making their franchise better? I don't get it. What
So
am I missing?
as a fan, like, look, I could go back into like just last season. Like I was happy. Like once December came and I started to see like the first game that he missed whenever he was supposed to come back, whenever they thought he could have came back, I'm like, oh, he got this injury, but he's going to milk this thing out. And this is going to benefit my ass because a disgruntled Lamar benefits who?
And he has every
These
right to
boys.
be. He has
Yes,
every right to
all.
be.
But yeah, like from that standpoint, from his standpoint, like I would probably do some shit like that too. Like if I'm feeling undervalued or underappreciated, like I'm going to do something, or I'm going to like try to like, all right, like not say hurt the franchise, but I'm going to let my presence be known. Like,
Like, it's football. Like anytime you step out there, you run the risk of getting seriously injured. So I'm gonna
yep,
sacrifice my body for you guys
yep,
on top of the disrespect you're showing me. Like,
yep.
no, I 100% agree with that. Fuck
Feel you.
that.
But there are so now it goes into the the contract, and to me, I almost feel like it's like I don't want to be like the racial person, but like whenever first off he's a winner. Like you already brought it up, he's an
Yep.
MVP caliber player. Whenever he's on the field, he's the best player. But he's still that like that typical N-word type quarterback. Like he's not your step back, just do everything the way that they want it to be done. But
Yeah.
he
Yes.
changes games, which is that's the crazy thing. Like he wins. Like that's what you want in any type of organization to me. Like pay that. Like to me, you would want to pay that.
Yes.
Where like the value though, like comes in, and where I think that the killer comes in is that he's doing all of this with no agent, and I think that that is. I don't know if he makes this monumental contract, and I think that like if he does it by himself, it's going to make him almost like a martyr, or other people might go that route. And I think
I
that the
could
owners
see.
want to make an example of that. Like you're representing
Yep.
yourself, so we're going to act like you don't know what agents know, and it's almost going to try like. But no, I know what my value is. I don't need to go to school and be the agent. Like I know
Absolutely.
I want to represent myself. I should be able to represent myself, but I think that they're blackballing him because of the style that he plays. He had that little injury this year, and the lack because he doesn't have an agent, because he's representing himself. I think that they're trying to make an example of him, which, as a Bengal fan, I love, but as like in business, as a black man, or just watching sports, like I'm not feeling that shit at all.
It's so funny you mentioned that because I read that he doesn't have an agent, but I didn't think about how like that plays into the bigger part of it because it's like a whole domino effect. Because
Yeah,
if players are able to negotiate these contracts without agents,
yep.
like that's a
Especially if he
whole
does it
yeah,
with guaranteed money.
yeah,
If he does it with guaranteed money, like then I think that that's what they're looking at.
yeah.
They don't want
We don't want these
just running
guys
the
to think that
asylum
they
home.
can do this.
They don't want to do, and it's crazy to think like that. But I think that that's why they're. I don't. If he has an agent, I still think that they would still be playing this little cat mouse game with him. But I think it would come to a resolution a lot faster. But the fact
I
that
feel you're
I think
definitely
that they
onto
don't want
something.
anybody else going that route because obviously, like you see, like once LeBron James made his decision, more people started to go that independent route, and I think that they don't want
Mhm.
money with house money like that. It is crazy to me, but I think that that's what they're thinking, and from the business standpoint.
And it's just like you said, like he's black. He's an apologetically black quarterback, but he's still somebody who doesn't give them grief off of the field. Like he's squeaky clean. Like it's just so crazy how these things still translate. Like you can keep everything in line. Like, meanwhile, not to bring up other shit, but like Deshaun Watson, like they were breaking down doors trying to court this man. He has like 22 allegations. And that was the part that fucked me up. Like, okay, the Ravens are going to do what the Ravens are going to do. They're going to try to keep their money. But all these teams backing out, being like, we're not interested in Lamar Jackson,
I think that's almost that. It's almost like that. Like a, I don't want to call them Illuminati, but it's just that crowd. I think
that
that we're
collusion.
working in cahoots with
Yeah.
each other. So by them doing that, it almost like I don't know if it devalues them or not makes them serious enough to go after, but it's definitely interesting. And I almost like it's almost like a collusion of
It
ideas
goes
together.
back to like labor issues. Like we
Yep.
were just talking about that.
Yep.
Like you it just first of all, how many teams need a quarterback? How many teams in the NFL need a quarterback? Like please.
Not he's not just any quarterback. He's an MVP quarterback.
Exactly.
Fucking like unless
Exactly.
you're like Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, but Lamar Jackson is in those. He's in that same like that.
He's in that echelon.
Hey,
He definitely is.
he's one of those.
For sure.
He's right in that tier. Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. He's a fucking MVP. Like
Yes.
the
It
minute he
just
touches the ball, I get anxiety. Like whenever it's
and
bad.
you gotta deal with that
Armpits
twice
start
a
sweating, my
year.
face starts sweating, I start drinking, I
Twice a
start
year.
puking. I have played twice a year in pure anxiety because like those are the only games that you want to win. And you can't because like he's a problem every time he touches that fucking ball. It's crazy.
Absolutely. And
It's
that's
crazy.
what really fucks me up. The Ravens doing what they're doing is expected, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But these other teams acting like he's not Lamar Jackson, like that I I feel like this is a labor issue. This is and I know that he's a multimillionaire.
yeah,
I know he's set
yeah,
for life.
yeah,
But like
yeah,
it just makes me be like, get an attorney because it just takes me back to like on a different level, obviously not the same level, but like the Kaepernick shit, like the wide collusion with Kaepernick. Nobody wanted to touch him. It was like he was radioactive, and even when he had his workout not that long ago, and it was just like teams were like, "Oh no, you have to do it under these terms and conditions," and he's like, "You guys aren't setting me up like this," and everybody just basically passed on him after that. But I don't understand how that's legal.
I feel you. This just gave me like something because I know you want to get into sports and like with the law and attorney. As a sports attorney, is there anything that you like that you what? Is there any way that you will be able to address this or to go at this or what, any advice that you would give him like to do or to
I
in
don't
ways
know.
himself?
I am not equipped to give anybody any legal advice. Don't come for me.
Because to me, I'm just like as a who raised you, like I feel like Lamar keep fucking pushing because to me,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
don't represent yourself and hopefully the best will come out of this because if you do it correctly, I think more people will do it. But I also feel like those motherfuckers are like keeping
There
him at
has to be a stop to the collusion in the league. Like
we need
it's
more
just yeah,
we
like
need more
there
black owners. Like
yeah, and
it's
we need
not
more oversight and transparency
it's
because just for people, just for teams to right out the gate go, we're not interested. What's going on there? Like what's happening?
yeah,
Like
no,
and
there's a
everything
conclusion with that. There's something that we're missing, or there's something
yeah,
we're not at the table, we're not at these discussions. But like you said, there's because what was it like 5 or 7 that already right
mhm,
away dropped away? No, and every one of them could like be a if not playoff contender or Super Bowl contender just with him,
just
just
with him, just with him.
which is crazy.
It like it doesn't. It just stinks to me. It smells like absolute shit.
Thanks for watching the YouTube page. For more exclusive content, like and subscribe. And if we said something wrong or if there's anything you want us to bring up, leave a comment right down there.